Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Mudassir Alamshah. My pairing ID is 191261364. My presentation topic is TLR 44. Fazle Muhammad Habibur Rahman Jas. The petitioner Muhammad Fazle Rabbi Manirul Haq Chaudhuri and Muhammad Anwar Hussain. Move this application number 31391 for the issuance of a rule nishi calling upon respondent number 1 Chief Election Commissioner to show cause why the impact gazette notification 10/3/1991 issued by the respondent shall not be declared to have been made without lawful authority and to be of no legal effect. On the same day, 31/3/1991, the petitioner filed a supplementary affidavit to the writ petition, praying for the modification of the prayer in the main petition and prayed for the issuance of a rule nishi calling upon the said sole respondent, asking him to show cause why the impact gazette notification dated March 10, 1991 issued by the respondent and the result of the election to 30 reserved seat women unofficially announced shall not be declared as having met without lawful authority and to be of no legal effect. On the same day, 31/3/1991, the petitioner filed a supplementary affidavit to the writ petition, praying for the modification of the prayer in the main petition and prayed for the issuance of a rule nishi calling upon the said sole respondent, asking him to show cause why the impact gazette notification dated March 10, 1991 issued by the respondent and the result of the election to 30 reserved seat women unofficially announced shall not be declared as having met without lawful authority and to be of no legal effect. Clause 3 of Article 65 of the Constitution as amended by the Constitution Act 1990. Until the dissolution of Parliament occurring next after the expiration of the period of 10 years beginning from the date of the first meeting of the Parliament next after the Parliament in existence at the time of commencement of Constitution Act 1990. There shall be reserved 30 seats exclusive for women members, provided that nothing in this clause shall prevent a woman from being elected to any of the seats provided for in clause 2. Clause 1 and 2 of the said Article 65 are as follows: that there shall be a Parliament for Bangladesh in which, subject to the provision of this Constitution, shall be vested the legislative power of Republic. Number 2, Parliament shall consist of 300 members to be elected in the accordance with law. Single territorial constitution by the direct election, and for so long clause 3 is effective, the members provided for in that clause, the members shall be designated as member of Parliament. Thus, it is clear that Parliament shall consist of 30 members to be elected in accordance with law from the single territorial constituencies by direct election for so long as clause 3 of Article 65 is effective. The additional 30 women members of Parliament provided for in that shall be elected according to law by the aforesaid members elected directly from the single territorial constituencies. It appears that under the Constitution, in view of Article 148 of the Constitution, a person declared by the Election Commission to have been elected from any such constituency by direct election does not become a member of Parliament until and unless such elected person enters upon office by making and subscribing on oath or affirmation in accordance with the third schedule of the Constitution. and therefore only those persons elected to the parliament under clause 2 of article 65 who have made and subscribed the aforesaid oath and of affirmation become electors in respect of the aforesaid 36 exclusive reserved for women under article 65 clause 3 of the constitution. Thus it is clear that parliament shall consist of 30 members to be elected in accordance with law from the single territorial constituencies by direct election for so long as clause 3 of article 65 is effective. The additional 30 women members of parliament provided for in that shall be elected according to law by the aforesaid members elected directly from the single territorial constituencies. It appears that under the constitution, in view of article 148 of the constitution, a person declared by the election commission to have been elected from any such constituency by direct election does not become a member of parliament until and unless such elected person enters upon office by making and subscribing on oath or affirmation in accordance with the third schedule of the constitution, and therefore only those persons elected to the parliament under clause 2 of article 65 who have made and subscribed the aforesaid oath and of affirmation become electors in respect of the aforesaid 36 exclusive reserved for women under article 65 clause 3 of the constitution. Further on, the article 122 clause 1 of the constitution provides that the election to parliament shall be on the basis of adult franchise, yet re-enacted sub-article 3 of article 65 of the constitution is not hid by the said article 122 clause 1 as the said reservation of 30 seats exclusive for the women members to be elected by the members of the parliament elected in the accordance with law from single territorial constitutions by the direct election was already there in the constitution from the very date of its commencement and consequent repeal and substitution of previous clause 3 of article 65 by a similar clause 3 in the said article by the act 190 cannot be said to be violative of the basis stated of the constitution. Mr. Mohammad Mohsin Rashid, the learned advocate for the petitioner, submits that PO number 17 of 1973 provides for the modalities of conducting election to the 30 seats exclusive reserved for women members in the parliament. That is, Article 3 has empowered the election commission to divide the country into 30 zones to be known as women seats for the purpose of the said election. And the Article 4 of the said PO 17 of 1973 at the time of proclamation was as follows. The commission shall prepare a list of persons elected as members of parliament from the citizens from the Gazette notification declaring the results of election to the general seats, and the list so prepared shall be the list of voters for the purpose of election for women members in parliament. The learned advocate for the petitioner finds no other alternative but to concede that the original article 4 of PO 17 of 1973 not legally sustainable in view of provision of Article 65 clause 3 read with Article 148 clause 1 of the Constitution. Article 67 clause 1 a constitution of 67 clause 1 a member of parliament shall vacate the seat if he fails within a period of 30 days from the date of the first meeting of parliament after his election to make and subscribe the oath or affirmation prescribed for a member of parliament in the third schedule, provided that the speaker may, before the expiration of that period for good cause, extend it. We have already shown earlier that in the matter of interpretation of statutes, no one is permitted to construe a statute and the acts of parliament so as to reduce it to rank absurdity. If the general election of all the 30 seats of the members of single territorial constituencies are not held, constituencies, the election to the 30 seats exclusively reserved for women members of the parliament by those members of the parliament under Article 152 clause 1 8 Article 65 of the Constitution is not established, and the purpose of holding general election under Article 123 clause 3 of the Constitution are to establish the parliament as soon as possible after the general election is frustrated, in as much as the parliament as defined in the said Article 123 clause 3 of the Constitution cannot sit for transacting legislative business and also for finding out as to who actually commands the support of the Prime Minister to form the cabinet. If the preserved interpretation given by the a learned advocate and for the petitioner in respect of Article 67 clause 1 of the Constitution was correct, it would mean that only some person of the defeat party elected to the parliament, but even a single person elected to the parliament by choosing not to make and subscribe oath and affirmation prescribed for a member of parliament could stop the parliament from being established and from functioning, and could prevent the country from having governing in accordance with the Constitution. In the result, thus it is clear that soon after the publication of the result, the election to the general seats of the parliament in the Gazette, the elected person are to subscribe the oath or affirmation as prescribed in the third schedule to the Constitution and reading the said provision of Article 65 clause 3. Within Article 4 of PO 17 of 1973, it is clear that out of those who have been declared by notification in the Gazette by the Election Commission to have been elected from the single territorial constituency, only those who have subscribed oath or affirmation shall be the electors for the 30 seats exclusively reserved for women members of the parliament. On the grounds stated above, application is summarily rejected. Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.